Make it so.
Hey guys, welcome. As you probably saw in the chat, or those of you who aren't reading the chat, one of our cast members is missing. Near as we can figure, he's been kidnapped by the local thieves guild, and we've we've debated on whether or not we want to pay the ransom to actually have him freed. Um, we're debating. We should know hopefully at 6 whether or not we actually decided to free him. Anyway, rather than sit here and broadcast the dead screen for the next hour, I recently went to my local gaming store and picked up the D&D 5th edition starter set. Ooh, pretty. Just note the green dragon on the front of it. Apparently, in the story, you get to go after that. So much like our DM apparently is much like the Wizards of the Coast, where he sends his starter characters after fucking dragons.
It is called Dungeons and Dragons. You either kill the dragon or you're thrown in a dungeon. Your choice.
That's how it
I've
works.
already opened this, but you can see it comes with dice, I should say. Your standard set
Comes with death.
comes with death. Yeah, that's Shrag's version comes with death. It opens with a skull and crossbones. All your regular dice except for a percentile, so that's still, you can fake a percentile, no problem. And then we've got the starter set rulebook, which is everything the players need to know. I guess the DM too. And then this Lost Mine Fandelver. How do you say that? Fandelver? Yeah, that's what we're going with. Fandelver.
Sure.
It's a nice glossy material. It's a little weird. There's no cover. Like, it's just plain paper. The first page. I would have expected a little bit maybe at least something thicker for the cover, because if you're going to be using this, like, this thing's going to be destroyed within like 2 weeks probably. And then you get some pre-mades. We've got a fighter who is a folk hero. That'll make more sense later. A wizard, acolyte, a rogue, a cleric, dwarven cleric, and then another fighter. This one's a noble. Human. The wizard was a high elf. The fighter's human. And the rogue was Lightfoot halfling. So he's related to Ardo. Yeah. And then what did you do last night? And then like filler. Or as I saw somebody say, it's not a filler for the box, it's a dice tray.
Oh,
I don't think that was intentional. I'm pretty sure it's just filler. Anyway, so Shrag, and the other cool thing is that rulebook, that starter set rulebook, is available on the Wizards Coast website. The basic rules are available for free right now. So anybody can, and that'll teach, and that basically would tell you how to roll a character, a limited number of like classes and starting races. Yeah. So if you want to, if you don't like the classes or the pre-mades in the starter set, that document will help you make new ones. Or if you don't want to shell out the $20 for the starter set, and your friend the DM already bought the book, you can go get that free PDF and you're good to go. So Shrag, our DM, or David, has been going through the online version, and what have you been hemming and hawing? What was some of the things you saw?
can I talk to you now? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we can talk now.
Oh, we can talk.
He's been wanting to talk to me for the last half an hour, and I keep telling him, shut up, save it for when we're live.
Well, one of the first things I thought was pretty darn cool about this is the example character they used. Scroll down here. They were trying to build Brunor Battle Axe. Does that mean anything to anybody but me?
Nope.
Not me, the rookie, but maybe.
Part of the reason why I thought that was so cool.
Isn't
Forgotten
that,
Is
wait,
that
Realms.
on track?
wait a minute. Oh, wait a
Dave?
minute. I think I know what this is.
What? What
Battle
is
Axe.
that?
He's oh fuck, it just left my head. He's the leader of the dwarves?
Page 7 on the PDF. Yeah, in Forgotten Realms, King of the Mithril Hall,
Yes.
adopted father to Dritz Jordan. See, they even describe him with the one-horned helmet and everything. And I was all, they just used his name. And then one-horned helmet, cool. And later on, the little excerpt from the book.
Well, if I recall correctly, the starting realm for 5th edition is Forgotten Realms.
Well, they got it right. Awesome. That's where we're supposed to be.
Cool. I was glancing through this earlier today, and actually I was watching a bunch of the live streams from the Wizards Coast guys, and they're playing this campaign. If you want to see that, check it out. It's on their site. They also put it in their YouTube. But the thing that I was only kind of briefly paying attention because I didn't want to ruin the story for myself if I decided to play it. But they were rolling this interesting death mechanic, and I thought like that would be really helpful for my last session in D&D 3.5 where I got my ass handed to me. Sorry, spoilers if you haven't watched Outcast Order final episode.
I'm dead.
I got my ass handed to me. So hit points, critical. No, where is it? Whenever okay, dropping to 0 hit points. So massive damage kills you instantly. When damage reduces to 0 hit points and there is damage remaining, you die if the remaining damage equals or exceeds your hit point maximum. For example, a cleric with a maximum of 12 hit points currently has 6 hit points. If she takes 18 damage from an attack, she's reduced to 0 hit points, but 12 damage remains. Because the remaining damage equals her hit point maximum, the cleric dies.
Instant death.
Instant death. If not, they fall unconscious, so if damage reduces you to 0 hit points and fails to kill you, you fall unconscious. This unconsciousness ends if you regain any hit points. So the neat mechanic was they're called death saving throws. So whenever you start your turn with 0 points, you must make a special saving throw called a death saving throw to determine whether you creep closer to death or hang on. So basically you roll a d20, 10 or higher, and you get 1 successful death save. Less than 10, and it's a fail on your death save. You collect 3 saves. So at the beginning of your turn, you roll 3 successes. So in 3 turns, if you rolled 3 successes, you come back, you get 1 hit point, and you're back with 1 hit point. If you roll 3 fails, you're dead. And they don't have to be consecutive. So turn 1, you can roll a success. Turn 2, you can roll a fail. Turn 3 and 4 is success, and you're back with 1 hit point. So I think that's a kind of interesting mechanic. Thoughts? You love it? Great.
Yes, it is awesome. I'm just noticing the similarities. It's like they took 3.5 and some of 4th edition and chopped up some of the good parts of 4th edition, mixed it in with 3.5, and look what we made.
Well, that was kind of what they were doing, wasn't it? Like, they kind of, with 4th edition, they alienated a lot of the 3.5 players.
Right.
And so they were kind of, I think their goal, I've heard them say it a couple times, was to make a really nice core system that you can add on modules that are like 4th edition or like 3.5 edition to build the DMD set that you enjoy playing.
I am currently reading on the Wizard right now and loving everything that I see. That you know how it's the same thing with the cleric basically in 3.5. You have your spell slots of 1 through 9. Well, actually, you have 0 through 9th level. Well, in here, the cantrips, you know a certain number of cantrips, but there's no limit on how you cast them. You can cast them whenever. It's just those are the little spells that you've memorized forever. cast it 15 times a day, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Now,
Oh,
the
that's
first through
interesting.
ninth level, first through ninth level spells still function effectively the same way as it does in 3.5, from what I'm seeing.
So there's
Here's
no
another thing
limit on
that's-
your cantrips. If you can do a
No limit on
cantrip,
your
you can just do
cantrips.
it a billion times, providing you meet
Here's
all the
something.
requisites.
Something crazy I'm looking at for 20th level on Wizard is called Signature Spell, which basically right here, I'm sure they have more things like that along. Oh, yeah. Spell Mastery. Okay, it just goes up as you're going. At 18th level, you achieve Spell Mastery. Choose a first level spell and a second level spell in your spell book. You can cast those spells at the lowest level without expending a spell slot when you have them prepared. Okay. And then signature spells at 20th level, you gain mastery over 2 more powerful spells. Third level, you can you always have these spells prepared. They don't count against the number of spells you have prepared, and you can cast them each. Okay, you can cast each of them once at third level without expending a spell slot. So basically, it extends on what you've got. But here's something that I think you'll probably think is pretty crazy: Arcane Recovery. Don't know if Divine works the same way, but check this out. You have learned to regain some of your magical energy by studying your spell book. Once per day, when you finish a short rest, you can choose to expend spell slots, or you can choose expended spell slots to recover. The spell slots can have a combined level that is equal to or less than half your wizard level, rounded up. And none of these slots can be 6th level or higher. So if you have to take a break for some reason, it's been a really hard day, you can actually get a couple of important spells back. I think that's pretty neat.
That's pretty cool, yeah. That would have come in handy a couple times.
Yeah, I'm sure there's something like that for clerics. Me and my wizards, I had to dive right into that immediately. The fighters got all kinds of stuff now too. It's crazy.
One of the things that I'm always interested in, kind of like for the roleplay aspect of it, is like your character flaws and stuff like that. So in here, I think they're under personality and background. Maybe not. Oh yeah, personal characteristics. So you can have ideals, bonds, and flaws. And then the DM has something they can give you when they think you've done something kind of interesting in a roleplay sense, and it's called inspiration.
Okay.
And you basically, you get advantage when you do a saving throw with inspiration. And what advantage is, if I recall correctly from the beta, is roll 2 of the die instead of 1 and take the best. So that's kind of cool. So if you did something really cool RP, like say you played to one of your flaws, like you intentionally caused the party to be put in more danger because you just can't leave the gold alone, then the DM gives you inspiration, and then when you're trying to save the against the poison from the arrow coming in that hits you in the knee, roll with advantage. That's pretty neat.
Okay, I've got.
Looks like your turn on dead's finally simplified.
Oh really? So that's
Yeah.
the cleric?
Page 22.
Is there a chat room on Twitch?
Yeah.
Where's it at?
And why is it not loading for me?
Oh, we banned you from the chat room? I'm sorry.
Flaming Banhammer.
Well, all right then.
The chat voted they didn't want to hear you anymore. Sorry.
Thanks,
Okay.
guys.
What page were you on?
22.
22. Okay, what were you saying? Turn on dead. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Just ignore me. I won't participate.
You're not even in chat. You don't exist.
I'm on your channel. I don't know where the chat room is. There's no chat room to join.
Refresh the page. Do you have like a slash pop out at the end of the Homer JNet in the URL?
No.
Oh, you broke it then.
Welcome to the chat room. Yep. Thank you.
I mean, Chris is in the chat. What's wrong with you? What else is interesting in here? Oh yeah, back to that kind of, I believe
Your trolling's falling off onto him, Shrek. You should stop that. You're trolling too much.
No, I was actually because the
No, not you. Srag's trolling so much it's falling off onto Darren, and Darren's now trolling me.
well, we have to meet our trolls per minute. We're under contractual obligation. Sorry, I'm trying to find that.
And now I have 3 monitors again, so I can do Twitch.
So in they gave you this. Where is it? Oh, here we go. So they give you these nice tables. Like you can
Starting
pick
on
up.
page 22.
I'm on 36. I'm talking about backgrounds and how they can add to your personality traits, ideals, and bonds. You can do the kind of different backgrounds. So one of them's an acolyte, a criminal, or folk hero, and or sage, and I think there was a soldier too. Yeah, and so depending on what you pick, so let's pick soldier, and then the way they explain it, you don't have to pick these. They're just these are just examples. Like, so you could totally make up your own background and then come up with cool personality traits, ideals, and bonds. So
this is more for someone who has difficulty making up their own background.
Yeah, so you could just roll a pre-generated background and then go with that. So you personality trait, you roll a d8 and let's see, I've lost too many friends and I'm slow to make new ones. Jeez, that's... Yeah.
Wow,
your ideals might... in life is war, the stronger force wins. That's an evil. And bonds, I would lay down my life for the people I served with. Kind of cool
they
stuff.
added bonds into this?
Yeah, bonds and flaws.
I would die to recover an ancient relic of my faith that was lost long ago.
Right, turn your mic up a bit. You're a little low.
I can't.
Well, eat the mic then.
The only way I can do that is by adding in the...
Or roll a d6 and get your flaw. I'd rather eat my armor than admit when I'm wrong. For this soldier. That's funny.
I don't know. I don't even know if that did anything.
I didn't change it in Zoom, but I think Zoom and Twitch use different... It sounds different, because there's a couple times where Chris changed his mic, it didn't do anything in Zoom, but it changed it on the stream, so... Or just talk really loudly for the rest of the session. The book gives you a bunch of... The starter set gives you a bunch of gear, starting gear and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
There's an interesting one right there. Notice they have a new coin.
So here's a new what?
A new coin.
Oh yeah?
So there's a branch between silver and gold now. You have Electrum.
I actually find Chris's volume to be really, really loud.
In stream or in Zoom?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm booming on stream now. I didn't do anything. I've been listening to the delay. I'm actually fine on stream. I don't know what you're talking about, how I'm quiet.
Okay. Oh well. Moving on. So I'm looking at this pre-gen wizard, acolyte, high elf. He's chaotic good. A lot of this stuff seems pretty Pretty standard.
Test.
His personality traits. I use polysyllabic words that convey the impression of. Oh my god, I can't even. Erudition? What the? I'm gonna need a friggin' dictionary for this game.
Test.
Also, I spent a long time in the temple that I have little experience dealing with people on a casual basis. Oh, we met this wizard.
Who? What?
Testes.
Knowledge. The path to power and self-improvement is knowledge. That's his ideal. The path to power and self-improvement is through knowledge. That's kind of cool. His bonds. The tomb I carry with me is the record of my life's work so far, and no vault is secure enough to keep it safe. So he's bonded to a object instead of a person. That's interesting. And his flaws, I'll do just about anything to uncover historical secrets that would add to my research. Sabathius says, thank you, Ryan. Your mic seems to be corrected.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Oh, and so the DM book. Gee, this is a familiar looking... Oh no, this is a different forest. I thought this was the Moonwood. So there's a nice map. It's like they wrote it for us. Some really nice... Oh, here's a nice town. That's kind of cool. I like that kind of stuff. Now here's the dungeon crawl.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we found Smur. Young Smur. Before he was green and had wings, or
Briefly red.
briefly red, yeah. I dyed my skin red for a brief period of time.
That was Stop Smur. We're back to Ghost Smur.
Oh, and then we got our favorite beasts. See, now, I
What
didn't
are we
picture
looking at?
owlbears as looking like this.
Where are you showing it?
I'm showing it on the stream cam. You guys can't see there. There now, you can see it.
Oh.
See, I always
okay,
pictured
I
an
see.
owlbear as like a Warcraft boomkin. On bipedal. Like, I never pictured them as quadrupedal.
They can stand up, but they do spend most of their time on all fours.
Oh, this guy looks like fun. This looks like something our wizard friend summoned at one point.
Ah,
Ah,
His name's Bob. You find anything else interesting in there, Dave?
I'm still reading on Wizard, believe it or not.
Well, check out some of the mechanics. That's the cool stuff.
I did notice. Here's something I wanted. Have you found criticals yet? I couldn't find criticals.
I think so. Critical hits.
Yes.
When you... Okay.
75.
75.
When you score critical, you roll extra damage. You roll an extra dice for the attack's damage against the target. Roll all of the attack's damage die twice, and then add them together.
Okay.
Oh, this was. I've actually seen them using this on PAX, right?
Yeah, they were testing a lot of it on PAX. Where is scoring a critical hit? That's what you do for damage.
You just roll a 20. What is it? I don't understand. Critical hits. Okay, yeah. When you score a critical hit with a dagger, right? Good. Attacking.
There's a proficiency bonus they added in, which is I haven't seen that in 3.5.
Yeah.
Just a bonus if you're
Okay,
proficient
here
with
it
a
is.
particular weapon.
Rolling attack rolls. Proficiency bonus. Rolling a 1 or a 20. Sometimes fate blesses or curses us in combat, causing the novice to hit while the veteran misses. Okay. If you get a 20, the attack hits regardless of any modifiers or the target's AC. In addition, the attack is a critical hit, as explained later in this chapter. If it's a 1, it misses regardless. Okay.
So just 20s are criticals,
Just 20.
period.
Seems like it.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, so much for Smur's awesome maze.
That's a
It
good
might
thing.
be adjusted by special abilities of the classes now.
Maybe.
That's possible.
Might be a module too where you add on increased crit threat range on certain weapons.
Is there a list of the classes now?
They only in the
Just-
starter released
Oh,
4.
yeah, they-
Yeah.
And what pages do they start on?
Here's your on fighter, page 25, 26. Archetypes here.
Okay.
Champion. Improved critical is part of champion, apparently, I guess. I'm not sure. Beginning when you choose this archetype at 3rd level, your weapon attack score critical hit on a roll of 19 or 20.
So
look at
fighter
that.
chooses a fighting style now.
Yeah.
Did you
and
see
go
that?
fighting
It's
style.
archery, defense, great weapon fighting, dueling, protection, and 2-weapon fighting.
I like that great weapon fighting, and then this over, and then at 10th level here, oh no, 15th level it is superior critical. Your weapon attack score crit on 18 to 20 at 15.
Yeah, I kind of
So-
figured they'd do that.
They
The
just it's in
Sorry.
the class.
They also have healing abilities. I don't know if you knew about Second Wind. I've seen them use that on packs.
No, I haven't seen that.
So when you take a lot of hit point damage, there's a prerequisite to it, but Second Wind allows you to
Action points, huh?
yeah, I think it's I can't remember what they call it, but I think it's action points.
Well, I was just looking at like the turn system because action points is something that's from 4th edition, I believe, and I can't find it in here. It looks like 5th edition is 3.5 turns.
Oh, here we go.
On your turn, you can move a distance equal to your speed or take one action.
Action Surge. Starting at 2nd level, you can push yourself beyond your normal limits for a moment. On your turn, you can take one additional action on top of your regular action and a possible bonus action. Once you use this feature, you must finish a short or long rest before you can use it again.
And that's on fighter.
Yep.
Okay, so it's just something. Okay, just I don't have anything like that on the wizard. I noticed.
They
Which
added
makes sense.
something
It's
called
like
a
their
reaction
daily.
too.
You know what I mean? Like the daily
Yeah.
that they get Action Surge.
Okay.
So they can do like an extra attack or something.
If you guys in chats have any questions, feel free to ask. Reactions.
Yeah,
The fighting
this
style is
is-
interesting. I don't understand. Well, I guess I kind of understand the defense. You gain while you are wearing armor. You gain a +1 bonus to AC, so you just get a bonus to AC. But they also have down here a protection stance fighting style. When a creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to impose a disadvantage on the attack roll. You must be wielding a shield. So I guess you kind of affect the hit attack of this creature trying to hit somebody else, not you.
Yeah, because you're trying to get in his way. I guess that's good. That makes sense.
So that's interesting.
Trying to find the advantage and disadvantage mechanics. Here we go. Sometimes the special ability tells you that you have an advantage on d20. So when that happens, you roll a second d20. Take the higher of the two rolls. And I'm guessing disadvantage would be the lower of the two rolls? If you get both advantage and disadvantage on the same roll, they negate each other. You can't stack advantages. I roll 8 d20s and take the best.
Man, they like completely redesigned the fighter.
It's good though, isn't it? I mean,
oh yeah, I'm just trying to read these things here. It's completely different. Is anyone trying to play a fighter or bring it forward is going to be like, okay, I have a completely new, fresh set of options. I mean, here's Second Wind. It describes it here, but I'm more interested in martial archetype. At third level, you can choose an archetype that you strive to emulate in your combat styles and techniques. The champion archetype is detailed at the end of this class description. See the player's handbook, which isn't out yet, on the other martial archetypes. Your archetype grants your features at third level again at 7th level, 10th, 15th, and 18th. So you get different things depending on what you're trying to do. It's kind of just giving you like...
hey, here's one for you, Ardo. I don't know if you've seen this on 28 for rogues. Reliable talent. By 11th level, you have refined your chosen skills until they approach perfection. Whenever you make an ability check that lets you add your proficiency bonus, you can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10. That would help your sneakiness a little bit, huh? Some good stuff here. Are you muted?
Oh,
Okay.
He's just not talking to you.
very turned down.
All right.
Because you keep trying to kill him.
I haven't killed him yet. I've killed everyone else. I haven't killed him. I'll add him to my collection. This is pretty wild. We're going to have to
I like
this.
a lot of the mechanics in here. I do.
Yeah,
I think
it's nice.
We're going to need to play it once we get the player's handbook.
Yep. All right, so there's our goal, guys. We're going to scrap everything that we're doing now, and we're going into this, right?
The player handbook isn't out yet.
Oh, okay.
Be right back.
The best we can do is a one-shots with the starter edition and the pre-made. Well, you could roll characters based on that, those 4.
We've been waiting for a month and a half to get into our Forgotten Fates. It's not happening today, though, that's for sure. We'll be playing our...
Maybe you thought it was at 4?
He did. He thought it was at 6 p.m. EDT, 4 p.m. MDT.
So he's got 8 minutes before he's late by his clock.
Yeah. Anyway. A lot of cool stuff in the... It looks like a pretty standard adventure. Actually, it seems like a big adventure. Like, there's a lot of... Like, if you had a group that didn't like to stay on the rails, I could see them going off of it quite quickly in this adventure, it seems. But, no, it's just more fun. They introduced, I heard they introduced a new class, the Warlock.
That's in 3.5, actually. You can find him.
But not in base 3.5, like it's in the Splat books, right?
It's in Complete Arcane.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd they do with, like, the other ones that they popped up out of nowhere, like the Warlord for 4th edition? Is he coming out, or did they kill him finally? Or...
I don't know, I guess
that was a weird class. I don't know. I mean, someone might have liked it. I just didn't see... It was basically a party buff totem. That's what it reminded me of.
On page, this is in the player's handbook you guys gave to have this 51. There's a picture of what appears to be a half orc, an elf, and a human female, and they're sitting over a table, and they've got like a schematic on the table, and the elf's pointing to like an X, and it looks like they're coming up with a plan, and they just have the picture of the orc scratching his head. And I'm just like, yeah, that is every conversation with a half orc that I've had.
Yeah. Hey, check this one out. Mounts. You can have an elephant for 200 gold.
Hell yeah.
So you're so going to have to get a flying elephant in this one.
When elephants fly. Done.
Trade goods, values, price per day for your lifestyle.
Yeah, so I'd say starter edition, if you want to run a proper 5th edition campaign right now, get the starter edition because that'll give you like the first module and some of the DM rules that you're going to need. If not, if you want to just use the rule set inside of any of the other campaigns you've done, the PDF will do it for you. Except you're limited to creating only those 4 classes until you get the full player's handbook. Pretty cool. Anyway, we're gonna go to a break. Well, hopefully our last cast member shows up. Yeah, we'll be back in a bit, hopefully.